Hi everyone, hope you're all doing well. Welcome to this video. Today we're going to do the US portfolio review. So this is a video series I've done on the YouTube channel for many years now, where I show you guys how the portfolio is doing, the position sizing, how everything is up, how everything is down. I do my UK portfolio, which I did about a week ago, and today we're going to do my US portfolio. Now I spread this across 2 accounts. The reason why is just for a bit of protection. There's a lot of my wealth tied up in these positions, portfolios. So just in case anything was to ever happen, I spread it across 2 different brokers. And yeah, I've done this for quite a few years, just keeps with that transparency. Not many YouTubers out there show you how the portfolio is doing, and I've done this when the stock market has been flying. I've done this in a bear market. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it. I do this every 3 months on the YouTube channel. If you do want to see it every month, then the place to be is on the Patreon. If you join through the Patreon with a link in description, you'll get a monthly update how this is going. If you're on the YouTube channel, you get it every 3 months. So if you do want more regular updates, the place to be is on the Patreon. If not, you'll see the next update in July. And as well as that on the Patreon, you get 2 exclusive videos a week. But let's get started onto the US portfolio. So the first part of the portfolio that is in DeGiro. Now there's a red box down here, as you can see here. The reason why that's a new position. So I have only bought this last week. So I don't want to reveal it yet on the YouTube channel. I'll reveal it at the end of the month unless you guys are on the Patreon. You guys know what that position is. So that is the new position that I started last week. And for you guys on the Patreon, you can see that it's a relatively smaller buy at the moment. I've got a feeling I might buy a little bit more the end of this week as well. So you guys on the Patreon know which that stock is. Everything else you can see here, we've got Alibaba down 27%. Alibaba just hasn't really done anything. Like for the last year, the stock has really been, well, I mean, it's been a bit flat from 2023, but especially like year to date, it's not really done anything at all. And I keep averaging down a little bit on Alibaba, and I kind of get to the position size now where like, how long can I keep averaging down on this one? Like, you think at some point it's going to start having that reflection. I mean, it's 13 times earnings. I think on the forward basis it's like 8 or something. The numbers have been decent from Alibaba, so it's a bit like, how long do I just keep sitting on this and average down on it? There's a point where I just kind of have to go, right, that's it now. I've got to stop averaging down on this in case it does get messy. But I thought by now we would start seeing that kick on a little bit. So yeah, Celsius were up 55% on Celsius. My only regret with Celsius is that I originally saw my first investment into Celsius. If I still held my shares from the first ever time I started talking about Celsius on the YouTube channel, that would have been probably a 4-bagger or a 5-bagger by now. And yeah, obviously we still sold it for a good amounts of money, and then I bought back in, but probably should have held it a bit longer. But hey, it's good to see another kind of 5-bagger produced on the YouTube channel once again. And we have made good money from it. Carnival, I've held that since prior to 2020, the whole COVID situation. So I always thought I'd sell it when I get break even. This part of me kind of like, do I just sell it now? But if they do start ramping up the profitability, I think I can get that upside out and then get out break even. Some people say, why don't you just sell it now and buy something else? And I could do. I think you could get a bit of a nasty habit that every time you're down on something, and then you kind of go, oh, you know what, I'm just going to sell it because there's a better opportunity there. You just find yourself selling a lot of losing positions, and taking a lot of losses. So I don't want to do that. I prefer to get that out break even. Meta up 221%. Wow. Meta absolutely flying, and yeah, I wish I bought more shares in this account actually. When we were having the dip, I mostly focused on the other account buying some Meta shares, but I probably should have bought some more in here. That's doing absolutely amazing. Here down 61%. I still like here. Obviously they've been slapped with a lot of regulation, which has been a little bit annoying. But even with all the regulation, there's still a decent business under there. We're down 61%. I mean, what's going to help is they're going to pay this special dividend out sometime soon, which will be around about a 15% dividend yield. So technically, we're only going to be down around about 46% on here once we count that special dividend in there. So yeah, that'll be a nice payment when that does come in. So yeah, unfortunately, hurt by a lot of regulation, which is quite hard to see on that one. Pinduoduo down 12%, a bit of a newer position. I really like this. The numbers have been absolutely fantastic. Revenue up 123%, net income up 146%. All trading at 20 times earnings. it's insane. Yeah, you know, I've never seen a company do these sort of these numbers. You know, if this was Nvidia, this would be trading at like 200 times earnings. And I know there's a risk of the Chinese business on here, but that's crazy. So I keep thinking about maybe buying some more. We'll see what happens. We've got a bit of PayPal. Added a bit of PayPal into this portfolio, just to diverse out a little bit, and that's up 16% at the moment. We've got some Microsoft. I think that's the longest holding position I've got left in the whole portfolio at the moment. I've held shares in Microsoft for a long time. I think I've had that position now for maybe 8 years, 7 years. My first buy of Microsoft was $80, I think it is, or maybe even lower than that. So yeah, it's been in here for a while. I think I'd just hold that one forever. Lovesac were up 39%. I'd like a little bit more Lovesac, but I'd like to buy it like in the $17 range, which hasn't happened. They are going to report earnings this week, so with the weak environment that we have going on at the moment, maybe we'll see if there's a drop off those earnings, so we'll watch that one there. We've got some Visa up 76%. I've held that one for a while. That's probably been in the portfolio a good 5 years now. So yeah, I like Visa. I think everyone should either have Visa or MasterCard in the portfolio. Walt Disney up 6% on Walt Disney, and then I got some S&P 600 ETF there, which is some small caps, which is up 10%. The only ETF or index that I do own in the whole portfolio, because I do think small caps are decent valuations at the moment. And that leads me on to the another portfolio, which is my Trading 212 portfolio. So this is all the stocks that I have on Trading 212 into this portfolio here. And then I've got some Alibaba, which is down 47%. I've not really averaged down that much on this portfolio. Maybe I should. But like I said, I don't know. We'll see. Google up 43%. Like I said a while ago, didn't I? When Google was having its dip, I would love Google to come in my largest position. It just never stayed down long enough for me to buy more shares, which was the frustrating thing. Corsair down 53%. Yeah, it's down a fair bit, but I still believe in Corsair. We've got some DraftKings, which is my largest position in the whole of the stock market. You can see here that it makes a big chunk up of my whole portfolio. It's up 61%, and that's probably the reason why I've outperformed the market in the last couple of years, is because of this guy. D-Local down 3%. I was quite surprised looking at D-Local, because it had a big drop off the earnings, and I think I made a video on it about you guys. I was like, this should not have gone down off earnings. Like these were decent numbers. And it went down massively on earnings, and in the last week, it's actually started to rally up a little bit at the moment. So yeah, I'm glad I did buy some shares in D-Local, because that drop was crazy. EHang down 5% on EHang. That's just kind of my high risk into if passenger drones kick off, it will do very well. If it doesn't, it will be a bust. So that's a very high spec play. Evolution, starting to build a bit of position Evolution, as you can see here, about break even on that one. Fiverr, once again, relatively new position into the portfolio this year, down 26%. Fiverr, I was a little bit disappointed with Fiverr's numbers that they brought out recently. I looked at the stock, thought it was a decent buy, factored in around about 10% growth a year, and unfortunately they came out with the guidance, and they guided for 5 to 7% year-over-year growth, which was, if on the bottom side, is half of what I was expecting, which was really disappointing. So the stock's dropped off that. But I've got to say now with Fiverr is that it's at 10 times forward earnings now. It has priced in a lower growth of, let's say, the midpoint 6%. If it grows at 6% at 10 times forward earnings, I actually think the company's actually not bad valuation here. So yeah, the numbers I was disappointed with Fiverr's numbers, but now with the drop that has happened in the share price, I can justify buying this with 6% growth, because before I was factoring in 10% growth. So yeah, I think the share price is fair now for the levels of growth if they're going to grow at these lower numbers. So yeah, disappointed, but at the same time, I can probably still hold it at these sort of levels, and I've definitely got room to buy more if I want to. So yeah, I'm just sitting on that one at the moment. Meta, we're up 149% on this one. You can see here that it's a bigger position in this portfolio. This is where I was buying Meta when it was having its drop in 2022 down to $120. $100, $80. That's where this was the account that I was buying in. Some Top Golf, down about 27% on Top Golf. We've got some Hims and Hers, which is up 139%. Obviously, the next largest position in the portfolio, which has done absolutely amazing. InMode, I didn't even realise InMode was actually down 10%. That has all come in the last week. It's been a bit of a drop on InMode. Now down at 8 times earnings. Maybe have a think about buying some more InMode shares. We'll see. The numbers they're doing in this environment are good, so imagine what they'll do in a lot better environment than where we are now, this horrible environment if that goes. Planet 13, very small spec play into the MJ space, as you can see here. Mercado Libre up 38%. This has pulled back massively. I think last time I did my portfolio update, I think Mercado Libre was up like 60-70%. So this had a big pullback at the moment, and I've got to say I'm watching this one massively, because the more this kind of like keeps trickling down at the moment, I keep thinking I might buy some more shares in here. We'll see what happens. I mean, if it could go back down to like the $1,100, $1,200 range, I could generally make Mercado Libre a top 3 position. So I'm watching Mercado Libre very close, because if it could have another 10% drop, 20% drop, you'll see me really buying the shares up in that one. So my eyes are focused on that one for sure. SoFi up about 9%. I would like more SoFi, but it needs to drop like another 10-20%. And SoFi can have those dips. It's a very manipulated stock, so it can happen. PayPal, we're down about 9%. You guys know me, I've been buying PayPal for a while. So yeah, these sort of levels, I don't really want to buy that much, I don't think, anymore. I think I can be patient now, and if it does have that 10% drop, which it can do, then buy some more shares. So I'm kind of on the waiting game, I think, with PayPal. Shopify up 5% at the moment. We've got some Walgreens down 30%. I thought Walgreens numbers were decent as well, so maybe I buy some more shares in Walgreens. I think the turnaround play is going all right there. So Block, I keep thinking about buying more Block. I've not bought any for a long time, because I've just been buying like PayPal and SoFi. So we'll see on Block. And we've got some Disney up 18%. So yeah, overall, I'm really happy with how the portfolio is doing. I said when I was doing these portfolio updates in 2022, like, my main focus is just making sure that when we come out of a bear market, the portfolio is in a good place, and I believe it's in a good place now. Like, all the big stocks that I needed are performing amazing, and that's really allowing me to outperform the market at the moment. So yeah, I'm really happy with how the portfolio is going. When I look at this portfolio, the big holdings in here have really started to kick on with Meta, Microsoft. You got Visa, Disney's rebounded back quite nicely. Obviously, I think the S&P 600 introduction was doing very well. Got some nice PayPal, some nice levels in here going on, which has been really nice to see. On this portfolio, PayPal started to really recover. Google, when I was able to buy Google quite aggressive, that's really helped. Obviously, the King being my largest position and being up 61% has been really nice. Having, Meta buying at $100 has been really nice. Hims up 139%. Even Mercado Libre, even though it's having a bit of a chilling out phase, obviously that really helps the performance. So yeah, I've been really happy how the big performers have been doing in the portfolio, and I'm really happy where the portfolio is from where it was in that bear market 2 years ago now. My only things that I'm kind of really looking to adjust at the moment, I guess, really, is probably in this portfolio is maybe just add in a couple of stocks, likes of Pinduoduo. If I get the chance on Lovesac to maybe buy. Apart from that, there's not. And this new position here, I'm looking to build up that position. That's a nice position that I'm building up there. So that's really the focus, is just adding to a couple of stocks here, really. There's not much change I want to do in the portfolio on that side of it. That's doing really nice. This portfolio, like I said, there's not much change here that I'm really wanting to make at the moment. I'm happy for everything to run. D-Local, I'm happy with the shares that I bought in that recently. Evolution, I quite like that position and build that one up slowly. Fiverr, I'm a bit on the fence of giving that another quarter just to make sure the numbers start coming in good at the moment. So I'll see what happens there. InMode, I might buy a bit more shares in InMode at these sort of levels. Mercado Libre, I'm praying that it drops another 10-20% so I can make that larger. SoFi, I want that to drop another 10% so I can make that a little bit larger. PayPal, like I said, I don't really want to buy anymore unless it has a 10% drop now. So I'm kind of waiting on that one as well. Walgreens, maybe I buy a bit more Walgreens. Block, maybe I buy a bit more Blocks. I've not really paid much attention to that one recently at the moment. But I've got the opportunities of new positions to add in here at the moment, whether it be this portfolio. I've got some stocks that I can add into on this portfolio. I've still got a few stocks that I could add into, a few stocks that I'd like to drop for me to buy a bit more. So yeah, I'm in a really good place at the moment, because my focus is that I don't really have that much I need to buy. There's a few things I'd like to buy, so if given the opportunity, I probably will buy them. Like, if I don't buy much this month and I get to the end of the month, I might go, right, I'm going to buy 5 stocks this week, and I will have the 5 stocks to buy. But I'm not in a place where I'm really needing to buy anything. Like, I'm quite happy where everything's kind of at, really. And I've kind of got the new stocks to nibble at if I ever want to, nibble at the new stocks, whether that be D-Local, Evolution, Fiverr. On this portfolio, this new one down here. So I've got the new stocks if I want to add. So yeah, I'm just kind of sat back and letting them ride now, and it's been really nice. So yeah, I'm really happy with how the portfolio is going overall. So yeah, it's been a really good turnaround from that bear market. So yeah, happy, enjoying it, and happy where the portfolio is overall. So I hope you enjoyed the update, guys. I'll see you in a bit.